4 courses to put on there, which we'll have to do when the scaffold gets put up, and that will take us to our lintel height. 4 course on here, lintel height. We'll go inside, we'll get the blockwork backed up, insulation in, get the ties nice and clean. That'll be up to scaffold height. Yes, I think that is about it. Just before dinner time, been inside this morning. We've got this blockwork lashed through there. Window is set out there now. The other window, we've got that half set out. We're going to jump onto the front now on the brickwork, sorry. Just on here, going to get this lashed through. The scaffolder is coming tomorrow morning. He's going to raise it 2 course below where we finished there. So I'm going to crack on. We'll get this lashed on and away. Scaffolder's coming tomorrow. Let's go. Right then, we've got the scaffold up here on the small extension for View Joinery. Really happy about this. We're doing really well. And yesterday we left the profiles set up because the top height of the profile is our finished brickwork height. So today we are going to get, or this morning, we're going to get this scaffold loaded up with bricks. We only want a couple of 100 bricks to finished height, 4 course of bricks to the lintel height. We keep watching, we'll show you how to put the lintels on. We don't need any cavity trays and repulls here because this is single story. There's no more brickwork going to go above them 2 courses of bricks, so it's not necessary. I'm going to have a look up here. Lovely on the outside. On the inside, take a look at that. Solid scaffold to work off. It's ideal in coming here. They have our blockwork, not that there's much, but if you can imagine, we go up, you're building a house or a double story extension, you've got this ideal. It's ideal to work off here, rather than building the blockwork overhand. This is just the way forward. I've seen another company on YouTube, I forget their name, but they do this a lot now on all of their sites. You probably follow them. They have their own scaffold company, and they're bricklayers, and they do this on all of their sites, and it's fantastic. It speeds things up much better, much more. That made no sense, did it? What we're going to do now is we're going to load up this scaffold here, and a good tip for new people to the game, apprentices, when you're loading up, you don't want to load straight here. Go straight to the back of the scaffold, the furthest part away from the ladder, and we'll start loading up here. Load up, we'll get our board. The next bricks come around, bricks, board, bricks, board, all the way around, and then we'll do this part last. And the reason being, if you're loading up here, you got your bricks up here, you're going to load up there, you're going to come up this ladder, and you're trying to get past these bricks that you've already loaded out, and it's very frustrating. So that is what we're going to do now. Get this loaded up, profile's already set up. I'm jumping in the van, catch this little bit of paperwork, and then we are going to crack on. We've got a little bit cleaning down the cavity to do, so we're going to clean that now. We'll crack on. Stick around, we'll see you shortly. These 6 course through here. We've got this up lintel height. We are going to now drop in the inside. We're going to drop 2 course of blocks on. We're going to run them in. We've left out here, so these are the last 2 course. We've left them out so we can get our lintel on. We're going to stick 3 lintels on. We've got a little bit over on this far side. The door is getting fixed against the existing house, so we need to break out. That's our lintel mark there. We're going to break out this section of brickwork so we can slide our lintel through there. We're going to break that out. That lintel can go through. We can then run our 2 course of brickwork through, and 1 course of bricks, 1 course of blocks over the lintel, and then we are ready for the wall plate. We've got the wall plate down below. I'm sure Gary's just brought it. Yes, wall plate is down below there. So we'll see how far we get on today. Because I don't want to disturb Gary. I know that he's very busy. If we're going to get somewhere near finished, we'll ask him. We'll cut the wall plate forward, cut the half lap in the plate. We'll get that bedded on. Then that is this job done. For now, we'll lash on and catch up with you in a bit. Right, so we've got our brickwork. It's all running. Got our block work up to height. We've got 1 lintel already on. What we do, you want a little bed on. It doesn't have to be so much on the blocks. Make sure it's full right away across. Building inspector likes to see your bed full underneath the lintel. Get the lintel on. Just get that pushed right down on the block here. When you're laying it, make sure that you've got enough room from the back of the brick to this side of the lintel. You don't want to be laying it and then realise you can't fit a brick on it. Just check, you can get your brick on it, both ends, and that is how you do the lintel. Just have a little look for level, give it a tap down where you need it, just like that. We'll go underneath, take off the excess on the brickwork, on the blockwork, cut it off, make sure it's pointed. Building inspector loves to see it like that all of the time. It's a good job. That is how we do a lintel. If this was going higher, we would put a cavity tray on like we showed you down below where we had the cavity tray over the air vent. I'll put that video in this so you can see what I'm on about if you didn't see it. So yes, if this was going right up, you'd have cavity tray come up on top of this blockwork. You'd have weepholes out the end, 450 centres. But this isn't going up. This is finished height. Wall plate sits on there now, which the joiner has kindly cut for us over there. Half lapped it, wall plate across here, down there, across there. That is it. It's a hip roof. So yes, I think I'm rambling now. That is just finished. Be back tomorrow, stick the wall plate on, run in these bits of brickwork across the lintel because we're going to run out of light. That's it. Right, let's go. Right, so we're just covering these lintels now. Like I said earlier on in the video, we do not need a cavity tray above the lintel because this is our finished brickwork height. That is the wall plate, which we've already got on over there. So let me get a level to demonstrate this. The roof for this, look at that. I've just got this new Bricky's Buddy sent out from Mike at Bricky's Buddy. Go and check him out on Instagram, Bricky's Buddy. This is their new one. It's super strong. Like if you've had the previous one, which is the bigger one, see the difference. This is my 11-inch Marshalltown. These are ideal for the 9-inch trowels, which I haven't got yet, but I am going to get one of them little bad boys, and they're these specifically for them. But I'm just using this, and it works an absolute treat. It's much stronger than the last one as well. Much stronger, much better. Because it's smaller, it's not getting in the way as much. I can't look at this, can't even tell it's there. And hey, got myself a new hat. Anyway, back to this. Go check them out anyway. Bricky's Buddy. He's on Facebook and Instagram. Website brickysbuddy.co.uk. Go check them out. Right, so the roof here is a hip roof, so we've got a wall plate all of the way around. So the hip is this here. So something like this, that's going to go up there, and then again on the other side of this building there'll be a hip goes up there. So this roof comes in between these two hips, and it's going to be something like this. Okay, now I don't know exact picture of the roof, but if we say that there, right, we're only going to have one course of bricks shown here. The second course of bricks may even be in the way of the truss for the roof. But the point is that this course of brick here, if we take that along, right, and your overhang on the roof, you're not going to get much rain in here, moisture or whatever. So you don't need that cavity tray up here. So that's why we are not putting them on. You don't put them on, even on new builds. You might see, like up here, yes, you would need one in the peaks, but on the backs of the houses, you wouldn't put one in. You know, it might be a soldier course or 2 courses of bricks or whatever. You'll not see any in, and you can identify that by looking above the window, and you will see the weepholes like we demonstrated down below on that air brick. So back to this, because Keegan's just started doing a little bit of brickwork here. I'm going to show Keegan and everybody else watching, if you want to apprentice or just generally interested. Make sure this microphone's on it. So this bed is a little bit heavy on the back here. Okay, so take some of that off. If you want to just spread your bed over your lintel like that. Okay, always keep it off your insulation anyway, right? And then if we go back on this lintel, if you lay your brick there now, right, you're going to push this mortar up against the lintel. You're going to struggle. So we just want to pull our compo off the lintel, and then that is going to make this a lot easier to lay. I'll show you just like this. So we get that down, pushing the back of the brick down with this part of my hand here. And I'm going to line this part of the brick, which is the arris. I'm going to line the bottom arris with the top arris, push that down. So see, they're in line there now. Now I can concentrate on this top line. Just get that down. That is it. Now if you look at the back there, you can see how some of the muck's already came out and it's squashing up against the lintel. Now if you imagine the bed before, that would have been too much and you would have struggled to lay that brick there, wouldn't you? So that is, I find, the best way to do it. So look at the state of that. So right now we are just going to concentrate getting this lintel here, get this knocked off. One course over there, that's that done. We'll not put the wall plate on because we need a lap on that side. So after this, we're going over there, we're going to break through, we're going to put our new lintel through onto the existing brickwork, build up our block work, build up our brickwork, and then get these two wall plates on in place, and then that will be us finished on this job. Small extension for View Joinery. Go check them out on Facebook, View Joinery. Right, let's go. We've just finished putting wall plate on, little bits of insulation above the lintels, and that is it. A little bit piecing up. We've actually got a few clamp holes to joint up where the profiles have been, but this is it, finished job. We've got, starting at the back, 910 door. If you remember when we were setting out, 910 door up against the house. We'll show you on top how we did the lintel into the house. Got these 680 window, I think 680 window on the front, slightly off center, because when this building is finished inside, there will be a stud-work wall goes around 1 meter back to create a toilet in there. So the toilet is going to be around here. So that's why that window is slightly set back. We like to leave, when you're putting the starter bars up, if you remember when we were discussing fixing them in and the purpose of them, we like to leave off the joint all the way down until last. We just need to give this a little brush off before we leave. We leave that joint unfinished anyway until the finished height brickwork is in, and then we'll strike a nice joint all the way down, and then when it's dry it just looks like one joint. Otherwise, if you're going to build up so high, you're going to joint up the corner, and then when you build next height, joint the corner again, and then you might do another height like up here. You've got three joints and you're going to see where they join and it looks absolutely terrible. So got that joint in there. What else? Come with me, we'll go up and have a little look up here. Right then, so this is up top. We just put this wall plate through here. So this we didn't record, but if I can pull up another video, well, this is playing of the rear extension. I discussed how this works. So the joiner half laps these timbers. We bed this down on mortar, and then when the joiner comes to do his roof, there will be some concrete fixings fixed through timber into the block work. It's going to stop that from moving, and then there will be restraint straps. I don't have any to hand, but it's just a strap. It'll sit across the top, and then that goes down the block work, which will be fixed into the block work and screwed down through the top, and that will hold that wall plate in place. Then the roof obviously be fixed to the wall plate and fixed to a wall plate on the roof, on the wall across the back. This is how we had to put our lintel in. So we had to break out a little pocket in the existing wall so we could slide our lintel in, and that is about it. Stuck for words because I don't know what to talk about. Right, so that is us finished. Hope you've enjoyed this series on the small extension which we built for View Joinery. If you haven't already went over onto Facebook and found Gary at View, go check him out. View Joinery on Facebook. Fantastic joiner in the northeast of England, covering Newcastle area. If you've enjoyed this series and you'd like to see more like this, drop that in the comments. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you're on Instagram, follow me on there because I do post quite often. Let's go.